Hey, welcome back to another round of Rongan's podcast. I'm Dinesh Sagi, joined by Amara and Amar.
Hello, how
Hello.
are you?
Yeah. Good, thanks. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, exciting times, exciting start. Very close to the weekend, so yeah, just wrapping up work and getting
Yeah.
ready for the weekend. How are
So,
you?
plans? Yeah, I'm good as well. Obviously, we have a new member in the family, who's keeping me busy and always on my feet. Yeah, there's no time for breather at all. Uh, Even right now,
How's Rhymes
he's just sitting
doing?
right there.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on me. But yeah, he's good. He's been very active and yeah, keeps us on our toes. But yeah, it's been a great first week so far.
Yeah, it's just I think it's a good day to bring him in the
I was
podcast,
going to
maybe.
say, yeah, maybe with fortunate absence of Punk, I might just probably bring in the third member now. Go nice.
Yeah.
You want to join the podcast? Let's do it. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Yay. Hello,
Rhymes is
Rhymes.
Roman's
How are
podcast.
you?
Can you say hi to all
Welcome
of
to
you
the
and stop being
Rongan's
naughty?
podcast. Have you
Yes.
introduced Rhymes to cricket yet?
Not yet. I'm trying to. Right now, he's teething, so his attention is always on stuff he can bite on, which includes all my shoes, my boots, my clothes, my whoop right now, and yeah, anything that he can get hold of.
I'm pretty sure he would like to play with ball, maybe big ball, small ball, whatever. He would be very much interested in.
That he does, especially with the speaking. But he does actually. And if I ask him to get like go fetch one of his toys, he does that every now and then. But yeah,
Mm.
it depends on his mood. But for our viewers, hey, this rhymes is a mini labradoodle. He's 9 weeks old and is a new member of the Romans family now. You want to say hi?
Hey. Hello,
Right.
Rhymes.
Yeah. Like I said, he's teething right now, so his attention is always on what he can bite on. So
Mm.
I'll probably let him go for now. Carry on and get back to what he's up to. Anyway, talking about exciting things, obviously now India started on a good note. The England tour, we had the first T20 yesterday. Uh, in terms of obviously a quick summary, England only managed to score 132 of their 20 overs. Nothing noticeable on the scorecard apart from the skipper Josh Butler, who scored 68 of 44 deliveries. Apart from that, there's no real significant contributions from a batting side. And then from India standpoint, they managed to chase the total in just under 13 overs. Obviously, Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson got off to a brilliant start. Sharma continued, scored 79 of 34 deliveries, five boundaries, and eight sixes. That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get into all of those details, one of the things I want to point out, right, for some of our viewers and the people who are not so close to, the English cricket. So there's a change, obviously, in terms of the management. Obviously, Brendan McCullum, he used to be the coach for the red ball cricket, sort of took over, the white ball cricket starting this series. And obviously, we know, baseball, what he introduced into Test cricket, and what a revolution that is for English cricket, and obviously for other nations. So there's a lot to look forward to in terms of what he's going to bring to the white ball cricket, given what he was capable of, like in the white
Mm.
shorter format. So yeah, maybe a quick thought on McCallum and baseball.
Yeah, I guess he's still Red Bull coach as well, isn't he?
Yeah, now he's got both. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, lot of when he joined or took over the England coach role, there were quite a lot of talk about his approach. When he's of course it would continue from what he would do as a player. So he was quite aggressive. His thought process was to always go for the win, and
Mhm.
um, you know face of the opposition really. So I mean, it was no surprise when the approach when he joined in the England camp, the approach he took, and all the players were quite excited, rightly so.
Mhm.
So I mean, and a new term came from there, baseball, because it was, you know, you never back down and you play for the win, not for the draw. And
Yeah.
um, mainly, I would think as it as in the attitude rather than the aggressive
Mhm.
approach on the field. But that would always trickle down throughout the, even the batting order and the bowling and everything really. So
Mhm.
now, but initially it was just in the red ball, and it did produce massive results for England.
Yeah.
And it didn't take the white ball, uh, uh, role at that time, but it looks like now he has. And this was his first game as a coach for the white ball.
Mhm.
Um, Obviously the result didn't go his way, but this is just the first match. So
Yeah.
I think this will be in a similar approach. Obviously T20 is an aggressive game, a quick game, and a fast paced
Mhm.
game where the batsmen like to take charge up front.
Mhm.
And bowlers are also aggressive, and the fielding as well. So it will be very interesting to see
Mhm.
how Brendan McCallum makes this already aggressive and fast-paced game
Mhm.
a new, let's say a new frequency of baseball, really.
Yeah.
So I mean, we didn't see much of that in the first game, but
Mhm.
hopefully from the next game onwards we will see.
Yeah. Funny you said that we haven't seen that in the first game, but my thoughts, like in my opinion, right? Maybe that's what they're trying to do. The way a couple of those wickets, were gone, especially someone like uh, Ben Duckett, like who sort of reverse skipped or like reverse swamped Arshdeep Singh, right? He's like a pure like red ball batsman. For him to take that sort of approach, and also obviously Harry Brook and Liam Livingston trying to counter Varun Chakravarti, but obviously fell for it. So I'm just wondering, as much as we think he hasn't really like worked out for them in the first T20, maybe that was a mindset they walked in, but it just didn't materialize. But that attacking nature, because that's what they do in the Test cricket right now, and some of those players are actually part of both formats, and someone like Harry Brook in particular. So I don't know if the message wasn't clear in terms of their approach. They just wanted like in a see ball hit ball sort of thing, and that's what like didn't materialize for them yesterday. But that's my
Um,
thought. Mhm.
yeah, I mean, the way I see it is, baseball is not about swinging your bat and
Mhm.
see ball, hit ball kind of cricket.
Yeah.
It's about taking an aggressive stance
Mhm.
to the game,
Yeah.
and kind of going, just giving a hard time to the opposition, really.
Mhm.
But in doing that, you can't take your eye off the ball,
Mhm.
your eyes off the ball, really. So, I mean, you have to play every ball on its merits.
Yeah.
But the only difference is, if the ball is there to drive or
Mhm.
to uh, hit a six, you go for a six.
Mhm.
Saying that, you always hit it off the middle of the bat.
Mhm.
So that's the approach. I think this was a very strange innings in many ways, because of course they tried to do a baseball, and they will, even if it didn't work this match, they will go again and do it in the next match as well.
Mhm.
But it just didn't come off this time, and it was a very strange approach. I mean, right from the start, it was not England's day at all.
Yeah.
um, of course, I mean, right from the first over, of course, Ashdeep bowled well, Varun
Mhm.
bowled well, and later part of the match, Aksar bowled well, and Hardik Pandya as well. But they did try to take an aggressive stance, the English batsmen, but it just didn't come off
Come
right.
off.
They were odd bounce. Initially, there was swing and seam from Ashdeep, so it
Mhm.
was just pure good balls of from him. Um, and it never actually, it is usually, you see it, things does not come off for one player, but this in this game, every batsman other than Butler just had a bad day, really.
Yeah.
Um, I'm, s- I don't think the approach was particularly wrong, but maybe um, just they needed to watch a couple of balls before taking to the attack, really. Um, and also, I don't know. I mean, the bowlers. I would say English bowlers. They were like they were not bowling as if they were bowling in a T20 game.
Hmm.
They went all pace. Of course, the selection was with the four seamers,
Yeah.
and totally opposite to India, where they just went with one seamer and then a part-time. I would say part-time, an all-rounder, and
Hmm.
another all-rounder, but they didn't use Nitish Kumar Reddy as well. So it looked like the approach was wrong because of the result,
Yeah.
but on that pitch in Kolkata, it's a high scoring game. You don't see a massive turner, so you will not naturally go for as many spinners as India went with.
Yeah.
But then saying that, I mean, even if you have pace bowlers, and they were express pace bowlers,
Hmm.
England have,
Yeah.
but they didn't have any variations. They didn't bowl any short, sorry, the slower balls.
Yeah.
They didn't. So they were out and out pace. And in T20, it might work sometimes, but batsmen these days are so skillful and they are fearless. They will use your pace very easily to score runs. That's what we saw. I mean,
Hmm.
Samson and Abhishek Sharma, they were just using the pace of Wood and Jofra,
Hmm.
um, and the boundaries are not massive in Eden Gardens.
Hmm.
So I mean, so they England need to um, have some kind of variation in their bowling. Um, I would think they will have to bring in uh, um, the other spinner. What's his name? Rian Ahmed.
Yeah.
So they will
Yeah.
have to bring him as well. But it's just the day was really off for England. It didn't come over, and it looked really, really strange as well. I mean, very strange performance by England.
Hmm. Yeah, understood, right? And in terms of obviously, the four fast bowlers, right? My initial thought was like, what was England thinking, but also at the same time, uh, so for someone like McCallum who already played a lot of cricket for KKR in the IPL, obviously, is familiar with the conditions. Maybe there's some input from him as well. But yeah, really quickly focusing on the batting scorecard, right? Skipper Josh Butler, he actually kept him in the game. Obviously, 68 of 44 deliveries, 8 fours and 2 sixes, striking at 154. And we know what Josh is capable of in white ball cricket, and he's done this time and again with the England setup, and also in the IPL for Rajasthan. So yeah, quick word on Josh.
Yeah, he's a massive player, and as it looks like, he's the main player now. I mean, he
Mhm.
was the guy who could put any kind of runs on the board. And initially also you thought you kind of thought that okay, he will be the guy who will be kind of taking through the till the end, really. But then that actually happened. The other batsmen couldn't score any runs. They got out playing what looked like wrong shots. And then even Josh Butler, when he initially played a couple of shots, then he had to kind of slow down and save his wicket. But also, combined together with a very good bowling from India as well. So
Yeah.
amazing player, and that's the kind of player you need in your side, and he's leading from the front.
Absolutely, and also from England standpoint, I think they're in the transition phase as well. Obviously, they no longer have the likes of Alex Hales, Jason Roy up the order. Joe Root doesn't play T20s anymore, so obviously, there's a lot going on within the batting setup as well. Surprised not to see Sam Curran in the squad. It's a massive call for them, but hoping there'd be some changes there. But the point you made on the Indian bowling, right? Maybe we need to obviously call out Arshdeep Singh. Uh, Quick note, right? So he's only debuted for India in 2022. 3 years
Hmm.
down the line, World Cup winner in the T20 World Cup, and then now he's the highest, or the leading wicket taker for India in T20s.
Yeah,
All.
exactly. It's crazy, and for many people, it came as a surprise as well. For me, I mean, he went, went through under the radar, and all of a sudden we have a bowler where we are thinking, oh my God, if Bumrah is fit, Shami is fit, and then if he's in the mix, then what a brilliant pace attack India have here.
Mhm.
Just before, just few months back, we were thinking, how would India's pace attack look? But it's looking very promising. Um, and especially in the shorter format of the game where things are moving very very quickly, players coming in, going out, as well, and he has established himself. Like the other day I was talking about the 19th over of the World Cup. I mean, that was, I think that won us the World Cup, really. Of course Bumrah got us there, but 19th over, I think it was what, 4 runs maybe
Yeah, he
in the
definitely
19th
considered
over.
6, and that gave some wiggle room for Pandya as well in the last over.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, in IPL also we have seen that he's been recognized as as a death bowler.
Hmm.
But then we have seen in the matches that he bowls really good up front as well, and he takes quick wickets up front. He can seam the ball and he can also swing the ball. We saw the evidence in this game. So a very very bright prospect. He needs to tour overseas
Hmm.
more, and he needs to be used in England, in Australia, with more seaming and bouncy pitches. So he'll be a long-term prospect for India, not just in the T20s, in ODIs, and in the Test as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And just for everyone's benefit, right? So he's played 61 T20s, managed to pick 97 wickets at an average of 17.90 and economy of 8.24. For someone who opens the bowling and bowling at depth, I think that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Uh,
is he the leading wicket taker in T20s?
for India, yes, he just
Okay.
surpassed Chahal. So yes, he's not the leading wicket taker with 97. Obviously, another bowler who's been in a good form and high on confidence is Varun Chakravarti. Coming in on the, sometimes in the power play, and obviously most of the time post the power play. So he bowled 4 overs, managed to pick 3 wickets for an economy of 5.75. Uh, he had his struggles, previously. He was doing exceptionally well for KKR in the
Hmm.
IPL 20, and then he was picked for the 2021 T20 World Cup in Dubai. Had a torrid time, dropped. Couple of years later, picked himself up back in the IPL, doing wonders for KKR, and now back in the India T20 setup. So yeah, maybe a quick word on Varun Chakravarti.
Yeah, what a turnaround, isn't it? I mean, in that World Cup, they played in Dubai, and which are known to be sprint-friendly tracks.
Mhm.
And he was not, he didn't perform much there really. And everyone was excited at that time because he was included in the team of his performance in IPL,
Mhm.
but his performance didn't come off there. So and then now he's back, and he's like looking so good. Batsmen like Livingston, they're absolutely not picking him up. So what a prospect! And he looks, harmless, but is very hard to pick.
Mhm.
And he bowls really really good lengths. You can't really play him on the front foot. If you go front foot, then you're definitely, you're bound to miss the ball. So you have to play back foot, and you have to play standing up tall, and that's where it sometimes you can miss the ball, sometimes you can get the edges, and you can go up as well. So yeah, very handy bowler.
Absolutely right. So quickly shifting focus onto India's batting, right? Obviously, like I said, 132 chased down in under 13 overs, a good start from Sanju Samson, but for me the standout is Abhishek Sharma, 79 of 34 deliveries, 5 fours, 8 sixes at the strike rate of 232. What an Abhishek, and obviously, maybe things really have improved for him since the last couple of seasons with the SRH franchise, and that helped him promote into the international circuit, playing for India up the order.
Yeah, a massive player in the making.
Mhm.
Of course, we know that his mentor is Yuvraj Singh, and we know what a devastating batsman he was.
Mhm.
And and he opens the batting with none other than our India's nemesis Head. So,
Yeah.
and we kind of see his batting approach similar to Head as well. And
Mhm.
but I would give a massive credit here to the team management and the captain here, to
Yeah.
give him that freedom and to say to him that you just go, express yourself, play your shots. Don't
Mhm.
worry about if you just get out for zero or get out for one. Um, just play your shots.
Yeah.
If you miss one ball, just try and play your natural shot again. And his
Mhm.
natural shots are attacking shots. He doesn't think of hitting a six and then taking a single. That's not his game.
Yeah.
And the management has recognized that, and they have given him free hand to go uh, one six after the another, try and
Mhm.
hit that out of the park. And he
Yeah.
does it really well. He doesn't throw his bat.
Mhm.
His uh, it's always middle of the bat. He plays straight. He can swing the bat horizontally as well. And most of the time you can see he plays upright, so it's kind of when the balls are a little bit short of the good length, he can easily lift them. And his sixes are high. Also, he knows he's a very clever batsman as well. He knows when to use the pace, like we
Mhm.
saw one of the balls from Wood. He just stepped out and he slashed, and the slash was not in a in a slanting way. It was like this kind of slash, and it was like cutting the ball. It
Correct.
touched off and just flew off
Yeah.
to the boundary. So very clever batsman. He knows which ball to pick for which shots, and um, very intelligent. So yeah, he credit to him, but a massive credit to the management. I mean, I think he's played 14 matches now, and he's come off in only three of them
Yeah.
uh, at the moment. So, but yeah, management is backing him, captain is backing him, and these are the sort of results. I mean, he's kind of player where he will come off one day and the other day he will not. But
Mhm.
by giving him that freedom, by giving him that confidence, you're making you're increasing the chances of getting runs off him more than if more than not really. So yeah, massive player in making.
No, absolutely. And also, a quick word. So he's the second fastest to get 50 against England in 20 deliveries, and the first fastest for India against England was his mentor Yuvraj Singh. We know the famous six sixes of Stuart Broad in the
Yeah, of course.
2007 T20 World Cup. But yeah, so really quickly, right? Obviously, the second T20 is on Saturday. Anything you'd like to see change either on the England side or the India side in terms of the squad?
um I don't think the England squad will change much.
Mhm.
I think if one change, I think there might be a possible one change. Rihanna Ahmed might come in
Mhm.
because it's happening in Chennai, and they need more than one spinner. I mean, we did see that Adil Rashid, when he dropped Abhishek Sharma,
Yeah.
what happened to him?
Mhm.
It almost looked like he gave up. So I mean, he will have to perform there, but you can't change him. I mean, everyone in England team had a bad day except Butler.
Yeah.
So I think I don't see any other change, but maybe Rian Ahmed comes in. It will be interesting to see who can sit out. I don't,
Yeah.
I
Yes,
mean,
maybe either an overturn
mhm.
or like yeah.
Yeah, maybe, but it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, Rian has to come in. Um, in India's side, I don't think there will be any changes. They're
Mhm.
already spin heavy,
Mhm.
going to a spin friendly track.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't think any changes. There was a concern that if Mohammad Shami is not playing, then you just going with one seamer,
Mhm.
and that is a bloody good seamer in Arshdeep. He's produced results. So, and also Hardik Pandya. even though he went for runs in the first over, he came back and bowled really well as well. So there, I think India is in a good place as well. So he's got a new bowler in Hardik Pandya as well. And then if needed, I mean, Nitish Kumar Reddy is already there in the team. So I don't think there's any change required in the Indian lineup.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's see. Obviously, only one game so far in the series, so let's see how things unfold in the upcoming days. But yeah, the next T20 is in Chennai. That's on a Saturday. So yeah, we look forward to that game, and hopefully, it's more competitive than it was in the first T20. But yeah, that's okay. Thanks, Amar.
Cool.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
See you.
everyone. Good night. Bye.